Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one for you, back with a live. It's Monday. Hope everyone's week is going good so far. I hope that your Monday hasn't been too crazy because Monday is just that day where everything just seems to be that much harder than it should be. You know what I mean? So I hope you guys are all doing well. And yeah, guys, I have a video here that I want to share. But first, I just want to say thanks to all you guys for supporting. Thanks for all the likes. Um, and thanks for all the support. You know what I mean? Like it's been a while since I started posting videos, and it's always cool to see all the comments and all the support. So guys, we have a video here, and I'm going to share this with you guys. And this kind of stuck out to me quite a bit because this is a video from, I think you guys heard me talk about Judge Manning, right? And she's a really interesting judge. And people share her court cases via Zoom on YouTube. And she doesn't take a lot of ish from people, okay? Which is an interesting thing I think about it. And I've seen her shut down crazy women, and I've seen her shut down crazy men, all right? So she's actually pretty darn fair. But this is a case of a woman here where the ex-boyfriend's trying to get a protection order against this crazy chick because she wouldn't leave him alone. She was stalking him, right? And then she goes on his front porch and tries to, delete herself. And guys, let's listen to her justifications and her reason that she's doing this, all right? Because she's completely in modern woman delusion la land, all right? So here we go, guys. Let's get into this.
What you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
So this is a judge right here on the upper left. And guys, what is this channel called? This channel is called Misfield Reactions. This person posts a lot of Judge Manning's cases, and it's some really interesting stuff here. All right, so here we go.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is the ex-boyfriend, and this right here, I don't know. She's a lot older than him or what, but man, this is the girlfriend at the top wearing the red, okay?
All right, sir, you still want to go forward?
Yes, please.
All right. Mr. Lewis, start from the most recent event of family violence and or stalking. Most recent event. Work backwards. I may interrupt you at some point down the day, and then I may hear from her. So go ahead.
Okay, the most recent event, she came to my house again and brought an X-Acto blade and cut her wrist on my Ring camera. And the neighbors came over. The police were called. It was quite the ordeal.
So she showed up to his house, you guys, with an X-Acto knife and slashed herself in front of his door, yelling, screaming, making a scene. Now, let's think about how crazy of a position that puts him in, right? Because she could have just done it and then blamed him, and he would have got arrested. But let's just keep this going.
Shouted a lot, called me trash. She flipped back and forth between saying I was her only friend and wanting to see me, and calling me trash and other names, and calling my sister names.
And look at this chick. Pink hair, crazy clothes. Guys, what do I always say about girls with pink hair, purple hair? She's probably in astrology and all that stuff. She's probably like, I'm out here doing this to myself because Venus didn't align with Mars or whatever, so.
Police report was filed. That was the most recent event. That's what caused me to file this TPO.
Let me ask her a question. Miss Catherine, did that happen?
I mean, yes, that I was there. But that's not exactly what happened.
What did you do on the Ring video? Because I'm sure you can show me the Ring video.
Guys, TPO stands for Temporary Protective Order. Just for those you guys who don't know.
Yeah, so what did you do?
Well, I attempted to kill myself on his front porch as an attempt to see him for the last time, because I felt it was my only option.
Miss Catherine.
Because I felt it was my only option. Please. That whole on the verge of tears, crocodile tears, BS, guys. Don't ever listen to that, ever.
Have you reached out to somebody and gotten some help?
Yes, I
Right.
have a team of people. I go to therapy twice a week, group therapy once a week. I see a psychiatrist every 2 weeks, and I'm currently undergoing a round of ketamine IV therapy.
Ketamine IV therapy? What is that? Someone, any medical professional that's in these comments right now, what is that? Hold on. Ketamine IV therapy. What is this? I'm so I'm nosy, guys. All right. Okay, let's see what this is. What is IV ketamine infusion therapy? A surprising drug with the somewhat checkered history has reemerged as a promising treatment for severe depression. Ketamine was initially a blah, 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 blah. So depression is a leading cause of disability around the world. Ketamine works more quickly than antidepressants, and researchers feel that it can thus play an impactful role in preventing a deletion. When a patient responds to it, it can quickly reduce the life-threatening thoughts and acts that can lead to self-deletion. It can also remove other symptoms. Interesting. Guys, let me know if you've heard of this, right? Because I certainly haven't. And guys, also too, you guys, please don't stick your dicks in crazy like this guy did. If a woman seems off, it might seem fun to smash you guys, but nope, you might end up like this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Don't tell me up. Don't tell me up. I just want to. Yeah, you're getting some help, so I get that.
Yeah.
Mr. Lewis, are you feeling in fear for your safety? So she was served on the 19th, which hasn't been that long. Has she tried to reach out to you?
Not since then.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
What are you asking for, Mr. Lewis?
And so I'm asking for an extension of that. I was unaware that she was going through all of this. That's good to hear. But yes, I do have anxiety living in my own house. I would occasionally stay with my sister so that she wouldn't know where.
So he can't even sleep in his own house because he's afraid what this woman's gonna do. Think about how crazy that is, right? And he's a man, and this crazy woman is basically scaring him out of house and home. He has to go stay at his sister's house. That's absolute clown world, guys.
I lived.
All right, let me see
where I was.
So, no, that's okay. So, Miss Catherine, so you understand this put in place. You can't go. You got to stay away from him for at least 12 months. No phone calls, no texts, no showing up at his house, no reaching out to his family, anything like that. You understand that, right?
Yes. Am I going to get a chance to say?
Go ahead. I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
Do you think that she listened to what that judge said? She said, "You realize you're supposed to leave him alone." She's like, "Well, let me speak."
I mean, I guess I'm not sure exactly how much I'm allowed to say, but the last year of our relationship was spent going back and forth between him wanting to be with me and him not wanting to be with me, just like monthly changing his mind. And I had been in love with him since I was 16. And so just that he reciprocated my feelings, finally, it was like the best day of my life. But then he proceeded to go back and forth every month until I guess up to the summer, my mental health had deteriorated so much from just the push and pull of someone saying they love me and then abandoning me over and over again. And then
can you imagine being any of these other people on this Zoom call and hearing this foolishness? Look at their faces as this woman is talking.
So yeah, I did a lot of things that I regret. I didn't feel like myself. I wasn't myself. I was suicidal for months because I was just grieving so much because the last time I saw him, we agreed to talk the next day. The last time I saw him in June. And at that time, I knew it would be too soon if we did talk the next day. And I knew we needed time apart. So I kept my phone turned off. We didn't talk. And then a couple of months later, I called him. He answered, but I didn't have anything to say. So we agreed to hang up. And then
hold on, Miss Cat. So, I mean, I don't want to rehash.
Guys, I let that go for a while. And the reason why is because think about the difference between how men speak to each other, how we speak to each other, and how women speak to each other. She's used to telling her own story to women with either herself as the hero of the story or herself as the victim of the story. And women don't quite question other women. And they let each other meander on this long path of a story. Whereas guys, we get to the point. AJ, so what happened then? Well, I went here, I did this, she said this, boom. But not, well, there's the one time, and then, it was a bright sunny day. It's like, dude, shut up and get to the point. You know what I mean? Man.
The issues you had in your...
Well, it's relevant because he never said, don't contact me. The last time we spoke, he never said that. He never responded to a single...
But he had a court order, you knucklehead. He had a protection order.
Text, a single email, a single phone call to say that he didn't want to talk to me anymore. He just blocked me on everything. This was someone...
So if someone blocks you, tell me what that means.
Well, for him, for the last year, it meant he was currently not interested in me. And a few weeks later, he would love me again. So it's like, this was my best friend. A few days before the last time I saw him, he said he loved me. And
guys, I hope everyone here who's listening here, go to your closet and get your violins, okay? Please.
So it's just, he didn't say that he was disappearing. He just abandoned me. And so I did go to his house and I did try to kill myself because I thought at least I'll be able to see him one last time, because I just was that unwell that I thought that was my only option. And I realize now that that's ridiculous. And anyone who would watch me possibly bleed to death on their front porch and not open the door.
Please, look at those crocodile tears. Here, guys, let's just... Anyone who would watch me bleed to death on their front porch. Guys, this is crocodile tears. What I always say, never trust a woman who cries in public or on social media. Because it's all fake.
And I realize now that that's ridiculous. And anyone...
This is her at the top.
...who would watch me possibly bleed to death on their front porch and not open the door is not someone that I want to contact, which is why I have not contacted him since that day. So I'm fine with whatever...
Okay, thank you. So here's what we're going to do, Miss Catherine. All right, we're going to put this in place for 12 months. You're going to continue to continue with your psychiatric treatment and follow any recommendations. Okay, I see your point, but also nobody wants to see somebody showing up on their Ring doorbell and cutting themselves on their front porch.
I mean, I guess that's...
it kind of goes both ways, Miss Catherine. I want you to get the help you need. Okay, nobody is worth that. Please put your email in the chat. Once you put your email in the chat,
she's still trying to argue, guys. She's still trying to argue.
Miss Catherine, you're rehashing. You said you went over there.
I'm not trying to rehash. I'm just saying The order says, in the order that I got, it says he's attempted to tell me multiple times to stop contacting him. He never did that. So in the past,
Miss
when
Catherine? Miss Catherine?
Do you guys see what she did there? She got the notice that it's just temporary protection order where she's not supposed to contact him. But she's saying, well, he didn't say to not contact him. I read the paper. I read the order, and the order said that I'm not supposed to contact him, but the order said that he said, Cat Wags is in the house. What's going on? She said, but she said she doesn't want to talk to him anyway. Why is she arguing with the judge? I don't know. It actually seems like she's arguing with herself at this point. So
would do that,
Catherine.
I just don't know why my life has to get ruined because he can't just
oh,
tell
now her life is ruined, you guys. Oh, yeah. Okay, now we figured it out.
me that he's leaving.
Catherine. Miss Catherine, put your email in the chat. We'll send you a copy of the order. You do the same thing, Mr. Lewis. Once you put your emails in the chat, you can both leave the meeting. Miss Catherine, you're going to have to follow any recommendations, okay? And continue with your therapy.
And take your Prozac.
Best of luck to both of you. Both of you, I'm going to put you back on mute. While you put your emails in the chat to Miss Free, you can go ahead and leave the meeting.
Guys, who remembers? Hold on. Let's see. Fatal Attraction. Who remembers this movie? Who remembers Fatal Attraction, guys? Do you remember this movie? I'm not going to be ignored, Dan. Yo, if you guys haven't seen this movie as the ultimate warning against sticking your dick in crazy, guys, you have to watch this movie. I think that they did a reboot of it where it's like a series now. But guys, do not. If a chick seems a little bit off, a little bit crazy, and you think, oh, I just want to smash. You know what I'm saying? Guy, you might be sticking your dick in a bear trap. Look at that. There's one thing that I didn't get about that this film is, why did they choose Glenn? This is Glenn Close's breakout role, and she plays the role of this like hot chick that he's cheating on his wife with, because this is Michael Douglas, right? So there's his wife on the right, and there's Glenn Close. His wife is hotter than Glenn Close. Glenn Close is not a pretty woman at all. Look, she's got a stronger chin than I do. Straight up, dude. She was nuts in this movie, man. Look at that, man. I think I was in like second grade when this movie came out. But it's a good one, man. That's for sure. Now, guys, I have here. Let's finish up here. All right, I have another one, and you guys here. Let's finish this up. I have another one here, guys, and let's see. Here we go. So, guys, for those of you guys who don't know, okay, you guys might notice that there's an increase in same-sex female couples out there. Okay, there's a lot of violence with female related relationships. A lot. Like, there's actually more violence with those types of relationships than in heterosexual ones. Okay. So for those of you guys who don't know, let me see if I can find the stats. So yeah, like often there's a lot of DV there, right? And for those, okay, here we go. Let's see here. Lesbian partner violence fact sheet. 17 to 45% of lesbians report to have been the victim of at least one act of physical violence. So that's up to 45%. That's almost 1 in 2, right? I'm trying to think of. There was an article that I'd found. Well, let's good old fashioned Wikipedia. Let's see. But either way, so I will find the stats. But there is more DV with these types of relationships than others, right? And it's because there's two women whooping up on each other, right? So oftentimes you have the woman, she's going off, flying off the handle, and then the guy just like walks away, right? But in those types of relationships, there's no guy to walk away. Okay. So they just kind of beat each other up, which sucks, right? So wait here. So this is a case here, guys, of a couple of lesbians, and one of them's getting a TPO order. Okay. Meaning that one is getting a protection order against the other. Okay. So let's just jump into this.
Y'all swear affirm testimony you're going to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Miss Sharon
I
Hall.
do.
All right.
I
And Miss Tiffany Hall.
So this is them, Sharon Hall and Tiffany Hall, right? And then like some of these are the court officers and some of the lawyers. So here we go. And this is a judge up on the upper left.
Yes.
Okay. So Miss Sharon Hall, start from the most recent event and work backwards and tell me about the family violence.
Okay. Recent event on December 20th.
And here's a link to the Miss Fields reactions channel where a lot of these videos are posted, guys. So yeah, so for all you guys who just came in, this is a case. We're moving on to a case of a homosexual female couple where one of them has been abusing the other one, and this one's trying to get a protection order against the other one. So let's see, because the plot thickens.
22nd, Mrs. Hall was served at her job. I spoke with the judge, Tamika.
No, stop. That doesn't matter about all that. I just want to know the family violence. Don't tell me what
Okay.
she did.
Okay. I have been dealing with Mrs. Hall on a number of occasions with knives, suicide attempts, and cutting me and giving me stitches.
What?
And pointing guns at me.
Ooh.
I've had to call the.
Madam Chair, Mr. Secretary, thanks for being.
And I need you to understand. Yes.
Okay, so Ms. Sharon.
Number of occasions with knives.
So guys, think of this. This is if this has been an ongoing issue, right? And she said that there was knives and guns and all this. Do you think that if there was a guy doing that this would still be an ongoing thing, or do you think they'd have been locked under the jail by now? And that's the thing that these people don't understand is the law and then society's perception hasn't changed to fit the same-sex marriage laws and everything,
Let's hear.
Let me interrupt you, Ms. Hall.
Okay.
So, most recent event, you just said knife. Okay, November of 2022, pulled a knife on me. That's what I need.
Okay.
Does this so?
Okay.
Date, roughly.
Okay. So the dates. Okay. So on January 2nd, Miss Tiffany put a gun to her head and then pointed the gun at me.
What?
And told me, "Do not move." On October 2020, Mrs. Hall cut me in front of her son and gave me 12 stitches.
In front of her son.
That's in 2020.
Yeah, that was in 2020.
2022 was the gun.
Yeah, the gun was January 2nd on her other son's birthday. She pointed a gun at me. She pointed at her head first, and then she pointed it at me and told me I better not move. And then she pointed back at her head, which I then ran and called the police.
Damn.
And they took her to the hospital.
Yikes.
In February.
And there's a child in the house, guys. There's a child in the house. Guys, I found the stats here. Look at this. Okay. Around 44% of lesbian and 61% of bi women have experienced forms of rape or physical violence by an intimate partner, as compared to 35% of heterosexual women. Look at that. 35% of straight women compared to 44% for lesbians and 61% of bi women. And then it's 26% of of gay men and 37% of bisexual men compared to 29% of straight men. Wow. Guys, put it in the comments why you think that bi men and women end up getting in as victims of more domestic violence. That would be an interesting thing to look into. So, anyways, I digress.
I called again because it was more threats. She was pointing the knife at me. She didn't lunge at me, but she just would point it and tell me to stay back. Our whole relationship has been about me trying to stop her from committing suicide. My son committed suicide, and
I'm sorry to hear that, but let me interrupt because there's certain things that I need to know.
Okay.
And specific things.
Guys, they've used the S word so many times, the self-deletion word. So I hope that the stream doesn't get taken down by YouTube. So yeah, anyways.
I need to know.
Okay.
So January of this year, but what specifically has happened like 2022, February, March, April, May, June, July?
Okay.
What happened to make you come today or come when you did? Or I say, I want to, because something had to happen.
Okay. Well, what happened with the TPO is on November 27th. I asked Miss Hall I've been sleeping on the floor for 4.5 months in my office. I asked her, if she can move. She agreed she would move to the downstairs bedroom where all her clothing is. She decided she was not going to move, and she got upset. And I told her that, the relationship was ending. I cannot sleep on the floor, and all of her children are sleeping in a bed, and I take care of all the bills in the home.
So guys, isn't that funny how lesbian relationships how this works? This chick sounds like a man, right? I'm paying all the bills. She's crazy. She got all them kids up in my house, and I'm sleeping on the floor in my office, and it's happening to a woman. Yo, and imagine if it could happen to a woman, and they wonder why us men go through what we go through, right? This is crazy. This woman won't get up out of her house. She's sleeping on the floor, and she got kids up in her house. Guys.
If she can move, she agreed she would move to the downstairs bedroom where all her clothing is. She decided she was not going to move, and she got upset. And I told her that, the relationship was ending. I cannot sleep on the floor, and all of her children are sleeping in a bed, and I take care of all the bills in the home. So what happened is Miss Hall decided, when I told her I was going to contact the police, she decided she would call the police on me for the first time, and she told them that I had assaulted her.
This is crazy. This Sharon Hall is basically a man at this point. The way that she's been treated is how most men who are in an abusive relationship with a crazy woman is being treated. And I guarantee you, this woman here was like, could not believe that this could happen. Could not. But we actually look at a lot of women on TikTok. If you actually dive into the foolishness of TikTok, when they complain about relationships, they said, man, these dudes talk about these chicks being crazy. They are correct. Or you have bi women who go, I just started dating girls and these hoes be crazy.
They came out. The police talked with me, went up to talk with her. She screamed at him, yelled at him, told him he should have talked to her first. And then he said, well, where did she hit you? And she could not tell him where. And then he had her checked out, her body, which they then said that there were no bruises or anything on her body. At that point, the police left.
Now, there you go, guys. What do you hear? The police left. Now, guys, I might say that she's being treated like a man in the relationship, but she's not being treated like any of us who are in this or watching this now. We would have gone to jail. When the cops come for a DV call, you guys know and I know that someone's going to jail. You know what I'm saying?
She told them she wanted me to go to jail, and they said she would go to jail as well. So she refused to do that because they said, as far as they're concerned, it didn't happen. So after the police left, she called her sister and her niece over here, and she requested that they beat me up and jump on me. And they didn't.
No, hold on, let me interrupt you.
Mm-hmm.
So Did she say that to them in front of you?
Yes, I heard her.
Okay.
She was
Oh,
upstairs.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I just like
Yeah.
there's nuances
Yes.
that I need to hear. That's why I keep interrupting you so much.
Right. I was sitting at
No.
the bottom.
Hold on, Miss Sharon Hall. You hold on one second.
Okay.
Because Miss Tiffany Hall is going to start interrupting. Just
Okay.
calls you. Go ahead, Miss Tiffany Hall. Just respond to what she said, please.
That is inaccurate, Judge, Your Honor.
Okay.
I have had issues with suicidal ideations. I am being honest about that.
So basically, Sharon Hall moved this woman and her kids into the house and thought that everything was going to be just fine. Oh, we're going to have a great life. And this girl was like, I can move my kids in and everything will just be fine. Well, guess what, Sharon Hall?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
She tricked you. That's right.
But I have never, and there's not a report that I've ever threatened this woman. I need you to understand that.
Here come the crocodile tears, right? Now look at this one, nice and calm. And then this knucklehead right here in the middle. Listen. Let's replay that. Listen.
Just respond to what she said, please.
That is inaccurate, Judge, Your Honor.
Okay.
I have had issues with suicidal ideations. I am being honest about that, but I have never, and there's not a report that I've ever threatened this woman. I need you to understand that we are in the middle of a divorce, and we have been sleeping separate since August. There has not been an issue. I do have 3 children, one being a minor child.
3 children in that household. And obviously they aren't hers. Obviously, they ain't the wife's child because there's 2 women, right? So they got married, and this chick had 3 kids, man. To any of my female subscribers out there who might be LGBTQR+, all right? Learn from us men, okay? Don't date these single moms and move them into your house. Or you might end up like this knucklehead right here with some crazy woman with 3 kids pulling knives and guns and all types of stuff on you, right? If I can help one person, I think this YouTube thing will pay off. You know what I'm saying? So any lesbians out there, don't do the single mom thing.
And to be put out of our home 3 days before Christmas because we had a house built, and because I will not agree for her to keep the house, she had no other way but to concoct this whole story against me, Your Honor, so that she could have me and my children put out of our house 3 days before Christmas. I have a 12-year-old daughter, Your Honor. And yes, I do have PTSD, and I'm a survivor of domestic violence, and I'm still
And as she's perpetuating domestic violence,
being abused. And I would like to return home because all this stuff that she's saying, only thing is true is that I have dealt with suicidal thoughts, Your Honor. But I have never threatened her. I have never pulled a gun on her. I have never pulled a knife on her. And I need you to understand this is a ploy. This is all a part of a bigger picture that we're in the middle of a divorce, and she wants the house, and I refuse to leave my house that I own. I co-own with her, and she works for law firms, and she has all these judges in her pocket, or so she tells.
Oh, guys, there it is. It's a big plot, right? She's a lawyer. She has all these judges. It's a plot. That's the thing about knuckleheads like this woman here. They're so arrogant that they think that, guys, you got to ask for someone to be after you. You got to actually be someone. And all these crazy chicken-headed chicks actually think that they're important enough to have a plot. But here's what I think it happening, guys. Put in the comments. Let me know if you guys agree. This woman here's a lawyer on the right, Sharon Hall. So she's got money, right? She built this house, moved this knucklehead and her 3 kids in, and then put this woman on the lower left on the deed to the house. Right? And now she's saying, well, no, I'm keeping my house. And she's like, no, half that house is mine. So that's probably what's going on. This is the same thing that happens to a lot of men who deal with these broke, bum single moms and move them into their house and marry them, and then the woman takes half of everything.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, no.
I need to share it home. Nobody has a judge in their pocket. If
No,
you
no,
have
not
a judge
you.
in their pocket, I'm not saying you're saying me. But I'm also not going to let you talk about the judiciary like that.
Right.
Miss Sharon Hall, stay out of it. I got it.
No,
If
no,
that
I'm
happened,
Stop.
they would have. So don't even go there.
okay. I'm letting you what I have been threatened with and what her intimidation factors are. Your Honor.
The other
She
one.
works for a law firm.
Both of you, stop.
I have a minor child who is sleeping on the floor with me at my older daughter's house, all due to a lie, Your Honor. And yes, I refused to press charges because I didn't feel like I needed to go to jail when someone assaulted me. I called the police first, and then subsequently she called them a few minutes later. So I'm hoping that you see through the bigger picture here, Your Honor.
Can I speak, Your Honor?
Hold on, Ms. Free's emailing me this police report because I looked over it already.
Both of her children are still here with me. Her oldest.
No, I have a 12-year-old who is not
The
there.
12-year is with her father.
No, she was with her father for the
So she's still taking care of them kids. Everyone in the chat, please, if you were dumb enough to move this woman in with her kids, and you kicked her out, would you be stupid enough to still take care of her kids? Man, oh man, oh man.
Stop, wait.
My daughter lives there.
Okay,
Your Honor.
Stop. Ms. Free is emailing me the police report where you were served. So, and it concerns me. Ma'am, Miss Tiffany Hall. Sorry, you're both Hall, so you just have to apologize. You're unfit. That concerns me, Miss Tiffany Hall.
Which part, Your Honor?
Have you seen the police report?
No, Your Honor, I haven't.
So you were there when you were Miss Free. You emailed it, right?
I'm sorry?
You can email that police report to my
Yes.
email. Okay. So you were there, right, Miss Tiffany Hall? So you know what happened.
I was there at the residence, and I know what happened. Yes, I know what happened. I'm not sure what she told them happened. Which day are you referring to? Is it November 27th or December 22nd?
Hold on, it's taking a minute for the email to get here.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I want you to see exactly what it says.
Okay. And can I make a statement about my 12-year-old daughter? She is in school. She's supposed to return back to school on Tuesday. And yes, she was with her father, but now she's back with me because their pipes busted. And so she's with me. She's with me 100% of the time. She was just with him for a week. She was supposed to return home on the 23rd, but of course.
Miss Tiffany Hall.
Yes.
Listen. This police officer says when they made entry in the home, they observed you with an 8 to 10 inch knife in your right hand.
What?
Yes, I threatened to kill myself, and they let me out that same night, Your Honor. I have paperwork that I can also email you to tell you that I was discharged.
You told the cop, why don't you just shoot me?
What? Guys, think about if all this was a man who had an 8-inch knife in their hand and told the cop to just delete me, right? Do you think that they would have just gone to the hospital for a night and left? No.
Yes.
Miss Tiffany Hall.
I told the cop, why don't you just shoot me? Take me out of my misery.
Miss Tiffany Hall. Miss Tiffany Hall. Miss Tiffany Hall. Tiffany Hall. Tiffany Hall. Tiffany Hall. Miss Tiffany Hall, I am worried about you.
Because
Miss Tiffany Hall, please just listen to me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I apologize.
But we're going to grant this because y'all are going to get a divorce, and that's phenomenal. But I'm sure that Miss Sharon Hall still cares about you and does not want you to harm yourself. Miss Tiffany Hall, just please listen to me and don't interrupt me. The world is a much better place with you here. You have children, you have other people that love you, and please get the help that you need. Please get the help that you need. Who cares what Sharon Hall's doing? You should not care what Sharon Hall's doing. What you need to do, Miss Tiffany Hall, is to take care of you, for your children. I want you to do that, Miss Tiffany Hall. Please do that. I do not want you to be a statistic, and a horrible statistic. This hurts my heart. Mr. Gales, stop putting stuff in the chat right now. Because when you do that, Mr. Gales, that's you violating the TPO. Unless you're telling me you love me. Now, Miss Tiffany Hall.
Wait.
Yes, ma'am.
Whoa.
Miss Sharon Hall.
Whoa.
I'm sure Miss
hold
Tiffany
on,
Hall
guys.
needs to get
Hold on.
some
I
belongings for
missed
her or the children.
something. Hold on. Who put something in the chat? I think that might be someone else from a breakout room. Hold on. So there must be.
You have other people that love you, and please get the help that you need. Please get the help that you need. Who cares what Sharon Hall's doing? You should not care what Sharon Hall's doing. What you need to do, Miss Tiffany Hall, is to take care of you, for your children. I want you to do that, Miss Tiffany Hall. Please do that. I do not want you to be a statistic, and a horrible statistic. This hurts my heart. Mr. Gales, stop putting stuff in the chat right now.
That must be from another case, guys. That must be
Because when you
from
do that,
another
Mr.
case.
Gales, that's you violating the TPO. Unless you're telling me you love me.
Wow.
Now,
Wow.
Miss Tiffany Hall.
Yes,
Miss-
ma'am.
Miss Sharon Hall. I'm sure Miss Tiffany Hall needs to get some belongings for her or the children.
Yes.
There are sheriffs that do standbys, but they're a few weeks, and especially with a holiday, they do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., and they only come by for like 2 hours. So they only come by from then, and that's with a domestic standby.
Mhm.
Outside of that, unless you both have someone mutual that can be there instead of you, instead of y'all being there together, that can be there while she gets her things, or you can. So just stop shaking your head. Just let me.
Okay. Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm
Miss
just.
Honor,
F YouTube.
my
Hold on, Miss
children,
Tiffany.
I go to
Hold on, Miss
school.
Tiffany. Hold on, Miss Tiffany. Miss Tiffany. Stand by.
All right, here we go. Crying. F YouTubes. What's up, man? Nielsen, how you been, pal? He said, I hope the taxpayers don't have to pay for all the money this train wreck is actually going to cost society. I also feel sorry for that other woman, but I'm glad it isn't a man. Facts. I'm telling you, we need to make more cases like this. Have awareness for this, because if it can happen to a woman, right? And this is a successful lawyer. This woman on the upper right is a lawyer. She quote unquote did the right thing. She, quote unquote, that these modern women say, she moved some baby mama with 3 kids in her house, and now she won't leave, and she's pulling out knives and guns and trying to go John Wick on her ass. It's ridiculous.
Okay. Now I'm going to let whoever's here in the divorce make any changes that they deem necessary, because there's a much bigger picture than this. But somehow, her and the children needs to get some things in the Sharon Hall. So I don't know if you can get some things together, and there's options like drop it off with a mutual friend or her friends or her parents or somewhere. But the Sharon Hall, can you do that where you get some
Yes.
things together and drop them off? So where would you drop them off?
Well, her 2 children are still here with me.
What? Your Honor.
The 2 oldest children are living with
You all
me,
sleep on the floor.
and I
She
will
has a
drop them
room.
off.
So-
I can have them help me drop them off at her.
This is a 5-bedroom
mother
house, Your
house.
Honor.
At her mother's house.
No,
Okay.
I don't talk to my mothers, ma'am.
Stand by.
Yeah, that's
So
unfortunate.
Miss Sharon Hall. So
Yes.
now, are you talking about the kids?
My
Stay at their
kids,
mother-
my 12-year-old daughter.
Listen
want
to
the
that.
children to stay at.
My 12-year-old
The children, her 2 children are staying with me right now while she's not here.
Okay,
And I'm
make it
My
stay
child
there.
is 21 and 18.
21 and 18.
So the children that are there, you don't mind if they stay there until.
Until we can, yes, I don't have a problem. And they've asked me, can they stay here? They've
Okay.
asked me.
Okay. So whatever she needs to be dropped off at her mother's.
Okay.
You guys can do that, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay. That's what I need. I need you folks to do that. And Miss Tiffany Hall and Miss Sharon Hall, I need you to both put your email in the chat. We're going to send you a copy of this. Miss Tiffany Hall, I really, more than anything, want you to get help for yourself. Please.
But what about my 12-year-old daughter? You want her to go sleep on the floor when she has.
Where's the 12-year-old staying, Miss Sharon Hall?
The 12-year-old was just recently with her father, and she asked could she go live with her father. As a matter of fact, this year she asked
That's
her mom
not
to
true.
Whoa,
That is
whoa,
not
whoa,
true.
whoa. Okay, I don't need that.
What a mess. What a mess. And they're acting like this in front of the judge. Imagine how this woman acts when it's just her and her, when it's just these two. And they're married too, guys. They're married.
Okay. Well,
As long as she's no,
Mhm.
so she can be with her.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all both put your emails in the chat. We'll send you copies. Miss Tiffany Home, please get some help. Please. But we're going to place in there that anything you folks agree to in the divorce that can modify issues in the TPO. Okay.
Fine world.
So, Miss Tiffany Hall, you cannot contact Miss Sharon Hall at all. I mean, for the divorce, y'all are going to have contact at court.
Fine
But you
world.
cannot do that. Miss Tiffany Hall, place your email in the chat. Miss Sharon Hall, she does it. Could you please put both of your emails in the chat so that we can send both of you copies of the, and make sure you check your junk mail because sometimes it may go there.
And guys, this happens all the time. Men and other and lesbians get stalked by their exes all the time, right? Guys, drop in the comments if you've ever been stalked by an girlfriend, right? And here's another story, guys. Girl who won't stop stalking her ex-boyfriend shows up to work at 5 a.m. and this is from last year. A creepy ex who looks like one of those girls off of JCS, a criminal site, took her stalking antics at the next level when she turned up at her ex's workplace at 5 a.m. He immediately clocks her and starts filming, which is probably a good idea. Let's check out the video, guys.
Guys, a dead ass just got off work, bro. It's 5 a.m. I work graveyard, and my ex is literally here, bro. Like, there's a security right here, and that's her car leaving right now, bro.
What?
Look at that. That's her license plate right here. This is her, bro.
Lucky she's trying to hit you with the car.
I just got a gun fucking pulled on me.
Guys, look at her eyebrows. Hold on, I'll let it play in a second. But look at her. She looks like one of the McPoyles, dude. Look. Look at the eyebrows. She has the McPoyle eyebrows. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. If you guys don't watch this show, you gotta watch It's Always Sunny, man. This show is hilarious. Look at that. She has the McPoyle eyebrows. Oh man, look at that. Now I won't be able to unsee it, man. Look at that. You guys, I'm so sorry. And I've been told on my channel, AJ, you shouldn't be commenting on people's looks. Man, screw that. Free speech, darn it. Man, especially if it's a knucklehead, guys. The person's acting stupid. We should feel free to mock them in any way we can, all right? Okay, here we go. Let's get back into it.
Dude, I just got a gun fucking pulled on me.
Fucking weirdo, psycho, pulling up to my job and shit. I'm dead ass being fucking followed.
Dude,
you see that car right there?
oh,
Yeah, that's my
what?
ex's car. Right fucking there. And she's just following me and shit.
Oh, guys, public service announcement. If anyone's ever following you or being crazy, don't get out of your car, okay? If you're in a road rage incident, if someone's following you or being crazy, don't get out of your car. Stay in your car. I can't tell you how many videos and stuff are out there where, the man or the woman's in the car, and the person's banging on that, and they get out, and that's when the bad stuff happens. They get punched in the face, hit with a brick, or whatever. Stay in your car.
Look at this. She's blocking my car. Look at this. Look at this. You're blocking my car. You're blocking my car. You are blocking my vehicle and stalking me. Leave me alone. You are stalking me. You just showed up at my job at 5 a.m. I'm tired. Go away. Dude, you're insane. How did you find my job? Dude, get away from me. Get away from me.
Yeah, good. Facts. He rolled the window
Dude,
up.
this is...
Look at that, dude. Eat a sandwich. Look at this, dude. Look at that. Dude, man, she stop hitting that meth pipe, dude. Straight. Look at that. Look at that.
Literally. Dude, I'm gonna die, bro. I'm dead ass gonna die one fucking day, bro. This is literally insane. Dude, I don't know what's wrong with her, bro.
Guys, hopefully this guy's still alive. But I mean, he should have called. He should have called the cops. Guys, let me know what you would do in this situation, okay? Because he should have called the cops. He should have. And the craziest thing about this, hold on. Here's one more, guys. Look at this.
Fucking enough I was recording before or not.
Look at this. So she was sitting out beside his house, just waiting for him.
I had to get the license plate again.
Look at that. Insane. Oh, and of course, Washington State, my home state. Yay, my home state. Unbelievable, you guys. Look at that.
You shouldn't threaten me like that. It's not cool to threaten people.
Who is this again?
It's Caleb Brewington.
What's she driving?
Driving Merle's truck.
Huh. Driving Merle's truck. So you got some total trailer trash broad trying to stalk you driving Merle's truck.
Gave Kayla his truck so she could come peel stuff from us. It's called harassment. That's against the law.
Call the cops, guys. They need to call the cops.
That is his truck, right?
What? Guys. Think about this. As crazy as this chick is, and the other girl is, all she has to do is call the cops and say that the guy hit her, and then she's gonna laugh and laugh as the cops come and haul the guy away. Okay, and that's why, guys, we have to be vigilant and we have to be careful. Okay, any sign that a woman is nuts at all, guys, you got to get out of there. You have to, because ultimately you will pay the price and she won't.
I thought she's not getting out of the truck and doing nothing.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Dog. She calls him dog.
Have you brushed your teeth today?
He said, have you brushed your teeth today? Gone. So, guys, yeah, if a woman is Merle's gonna wish he pulled out. You guys, I'm telling you. And people think that it's funny, right? They really think that it's funny that when a woman's stalking a guy. It's not funny, guys. You know? And what's even crazier, these girls don't think that it's funny until like they get with a guy and then the guy's acts after him too. Okay? And here we go. One more. So this is from a animation studio.
This happened 3 years ago. I moved out of my parents' house once I started making a steady paycheck. I'm a plumber, and one day I had to go to someone's house to fix some pipes. There was a married couple and their daughter living there. Their daughter was 22 at the time. She was 6 months older than me, and her name was Amanda. While I was working, she was talking to me, asking if I was single and stuff like that.
I've seen some adult films start this way. Hey, Mr. Plumber, I don't have enough money to pay. That's probably not the best way to start your relationship, man. You're plumbing and chick is like, how you doing? You know?
And to be honest, she seemed pretty cute. We exchanged phone numbers and eventually started dating. And she even moved into my house.
Ugh.
We were 3 months into our relationship, and stuff started to get out of hand. She was always getting mad and annoyed so easily. She always started arguments, and so on. This began to happen all of the time, even in public, which was incredibly embarrassing.
Nope. No one lays their hands on me. I don't think so. Guys, if a woman ever pushes, slaps, shoves you, it's over. Guys, get out of there, okay? Get her out. Get her out. Do not stand for that because it'll escalate and escalate. He goes, well, I was just hitting you for fun or I was just angry. Nope. Guys, two things. No one hits me because I believe in equal rights and equal lefts. All right. If anyone punches me in the face, dude, well, I shudder to think what I would do. And if anyone spits in my face, man, that has to be the most disrespectful thing that you can do. So anyway, here we go.
One day I had enough and I had to break up with her, and I told her to leave and never come back.
He said, get to stepping. He just straight up with his finger out, get to stepping, get out of here.
Amanda was pretty pissed off.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that drawing. Look at that. God, that is probably one of the most realistic drawings I've ever seen of when a girl gets angry. Look at that. Look at that. Man, oh man, oh man. Props to this animator, man.
I said that. I just ignored her when she was packing her stuff. She finally left, or so I thought.
Uh-oh.
After that day, she would always show up at my house, harass me, throw rocks at my window, and so on.
Better rocks than bricks.
I called the cops many times, but she was gone by the time they showed up. About a month later, when I came...
Who is she, Batman? She disappeared like Michael Myers. You know how like Jamie Lee Curtis goes to the window and Michael Myers is there, and then she looks back and he's gone. Oh man, oh man.
Came home from working. I would find her in her house, yelling at me to come back, or I'd find writing on my walls that would say, come back or I'll kill you.
Oh no.
The writing eventually went from pencil to marker and then her own fucking blood.
Oh
and
no.
Jess, I'm being serious when I said blood. That bitch carved my name a bunch of times into her arms and legs.
What?
She only got into my house because I forgot to take the house key back from her at the
Oh, you forgot to take the house key back. Oh, change the locks, you knucklehead.
time. In hindsight, I'm such an idiot. I know. That psycho knew where my parents lived and showed up to their house during the night. My mom almost had a heart attack when she woke up to the sound of
Look at that. Look at that. Scared the shit out of me. Oh, look at that. You guys, look at that. Oh, I looked away for a second and this popped up on the screen. Oh man, I know. Nielsen says this reads like the plot of a horror film. Yeah, guys, I hope you brought your popcorn, dude. Seriously.
When she woke up, she saw Amanda standing there, staring at her while psychotically smiling at her. Amanda did a lot, which really pissed me off. So one night, I decided to stay overnight at my parents' house.
Uh-oh.
It was about 2 a.m. when
Uh-oh.
I heard a tapping noise in the window next to me.
Don't get
I
up.
turned and saw Amanda staring right at me. Her eyes were wide open
Ah!
and red. She had bags under her eyes and a huge smile.
Oh
I went
no.
outside and started yelling at her to stay away from me and my
Is
family.
this like Attack on Titan or whatever? Or was it Death Note, you know?
But she screamed at the top of her lungs and charged at me with a knife. I punched her right in the face.
Oh! He gave her the one-hitter quitter, dude. He hit her like Tyson. Here. Let's see this again.
And charged at me with a knife. I punched her right in the face.
Bam!
She knocked her out. I called the cops and made sure Amanda didn't wake up while they were arriving. The cops came quickly while Amanda was knocked
And
out.
watch they arrest
They
him.
found my house key on her, and she was arrested and eventually sentenced for a long while.
They're lucky that they didn't arrest him, right? Shoot.
After Amanda was sentenced, my parents and I moved out of state because we'd like to stay as far away from Amanda.
No, watch her jump up in the back from the back seat. Ah!
As we possibly can, because she will eventually be released.
Yikes, dude. Yikes. So guys, believe it or not, this happens in real life, man. You know? And it's crazier that that it takes so much longer for the law to get involved and actually do anything because they think, oh, it's a man, right? So nothing's gonna happen. And what happens is that it escalates. And you see that even with lesbians that it happens. And people still don't give a damn. They do not care. And guys, I really, really, really want you to understand, like, if this in any way, if you see any red flags, guys, you cannot take any chances. You can't, because you will ultimately lose. You will. So, all right, you guys, I'm gonna drop the link for anyone that wants to jump up. Maybe you have a story to tell. Maybe you have some comments. And yeah, man, I mean, I think that I know one couple where the guy was being abused, right? Here, this is a good clip here. And luckily he got divorced. He got out of there, but his wife would, throw stuff at him, hit him and everything, and everyone thought it was funny. But here we go, guys. This is a clip from a British show. And this went viral a while ago, but here you go.
You said when you came out, which I thought was quite interesting, you said, I don't really like to admit this, she was violent, we both made mistakes, but she's very controlling. And I felt like she called the shots in this relationship.
Well, she locked me in the flat one day.
She locked you in the flat?
Yeah, she locked me in the flat. Obviously, me being angry, I didn't know the door was locked.
Look at that. What the hell is that? Is that a woman? This thing was scarier than the woman in the horror thing. And look at that. Nielsen, YouTube, man. Can you imagine waking up to that? Oh, man.
Gone over, I've grabbed the door handle, pulled it and it's come straight off in my hands. So we're stuck on a three-story
It's not funny.
three-story flat, and I've had to jump off a three-story balcony. I ripped all my back, all my legs, still not, and I ended up in hospital, you know, because she won't let me out of the house.
It's not funny.
That's not
though.
funny.
Can I tell you why it's not funny? I don't want to upset any of the audience because I completely appreciate the fact that you're here, but I'll tell you why I don't think you should laugh. If this was the other way around and a woman was sat here and a bloke had locked her in a flat and she had to jump out and injured herself, you lot would not be laughing. You would be saying, he's a complete nightmare. He should be locked up and that's disgraceful. But somehow, if it happens to a bloke, that's funny. That's not funny, is it? That isn't.
Thank you very much.
Tell my team she would give you black eyes.
Yeah, well, I went to the black eye, fat lip and everything, you know, hitting me. She used to say I was bad because I was one who turned around and I did put my hands through doors and punch walls and stuff.
What a great environment in which to bring two children
I'd
up.
rather do that than hit her.
Oh, that's his reasoning. I guess that makes sense. Well, I'd rather punch the wall than punch her, obviously. So, you guys, please, if there's one thing that you take from this whole thing, is guys, please, if a girl puts her hands on you, if she disrespects you in public, if she does any of that, guys, get out. Matter of fact, I have a short that got a lot of views. I don't know if you guys saw this. I actually need to release some more shorts, but there was a guy, he was getting married, and he played a prank on his wife. Here it is. He played a prank on his wife. Look, this is the baby shower. And watch how she disrespects him in front of the family. Watch. So they're doing the gender reveal, right? And he makes it, and he goes, "Oh, I accidentally dropped the balloon that we're supposed to. I let it go, and it floated away." And this woman just starts calling him names. Watch.
You're gonna do that. This is what I mean. He's freaking dumb.
He's dumb.
Oh no!
Look at that.
This is what I mean. He's so dumb.
He's so dumb. That's not funny, guys. If a woman's that quick to disrespect you in public like that, get out of there, guys. Leave. There's no reason why any woman that you will give your last name to, that you'll have children with, that you'll dedicate your time and money and efforts to, should be able to just call you dumb or call you fucking dumb or whatever in public like that. This man is going to be a miserable man for a long time. All right, you guys. This is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Quick live today. You guys are the best. Drop a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys. And I'm out of here. Have a good one, guys.